Okay, Philip, let's see. Excuse me. All right, I pulled some different pieces out of the studio. These are a couple that I prepped some time back, and they have the glue and the tissue paper as well as some other things underneath, including some scraps of foam core and pieces of actually poster board. Preferably you'd want to use acid-free materials. These aren't, but hopefully with these layers on top, that'll make the difference. But you can see you can get some really rugged texture, and this is fairly random because obviously I don't know what I'm going to do on it. Let me pull another one up. This one is utilizing that mesh that I was talking about, and again this is laid with glue and cut half and half with water. After the thing has dried, you want to make sure it's nice and cured. All the areas where the glue is will go from white to clear, and then once they have, then this is top coated with an acrylic wall primer. You can use Gesso, but this is a cheaper version. It does the same thing. It's a binding coat from all of those miscellaneous materials to your finished piece. I went around the studio hunting for different canvases where I had actually used that and then painted on top of it. These are some landscape studies that I did a while back. Again, I'm hoping that the colors will show up, and you might be able to see, you can see the ridges of the tissue paper if you look. But I was able to, after I did my basic painting, was to go back and use a very fine brush. This was done with a liner brush, and let me see, here's another one. This one was actually mostly done with a brush and palette knife, but this was another one of those landscape studies. And again, hopefully you can see some of that texture if I move this just right. There is another video in my YouTube videos called Ancient History, and it shows a real close-up where I'm seated. My tripods are in place for a different filming, so I hesitate to move them. I'll just give you a sneak peek of Ancient History. For details, you need to go to that other video. But this was applications of foam core, tissue paper, and I'm thinking I might have used a material, it's like that popcorn that they use whenever they're refinishing houses. I don't know if you got it where you are, but it's a lightweight material that's found at supply houses like Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware. And it comes in a bag. It's very lightweight. You put it in this machine and it's mixed with paint, and they spit it on the walls for texturing and hiding flaws. But it's lightweight. That's the thing about it. You could use sawdust. You could use sand. I don't like using sand. I mean, I like the texture that it gives, but it makes your whole piece heavy. And even though this looks weighty, it's very lightweight. So it's easy to hang and there's no problem. This piece right here is probably 10 years old. And it was top coated. I was real careful to get in and around all that textural stuff. I could literally take this and squirt it down with water and mild soap and wash the whole thing if it got dusty. Because of the top coat, everything is really sealed. And as long as there's no water that sits on it and puddles on it, if it's dried off, it'll be fine. That's the wonderful thing about acrylics, and then plus it's a good canvas. Hopefully this will help. Like I said, go to Ancient History on that list of things to see this whole painting in its entirety and the textures. Let me know if you got any more questions or if I've totally confused you. All right, talk to you later. Bye.